no one. So I'm on my own. And when I say I'm on my own, I'm on my own.
Yeah.
I've had to rely on my neighbour to watch my son while I go to night classes. As it's come up to the end of the course, she's had her own issues. So you take that out of the equation, I'm stuck. I mean, I'm stuck. Like, how am I going to go to college? I can't leave my son at home on his own. Yesterday, I had to call upon my friend. Now, I'm still feeling a bit weird with this. Like, I had to call upon my friend from Manchester. It's an hour and a half away from where I used to live. And I was like, listen, I need some help. My neighbour can't have my son. Please, can you come? So they've come up now. I tell you something, what a godsend, because they've come, they've got my son from football while I'm at college. I've come home then, I've had my dinner made, I've had a bath made, and
This has
literally,
got to be a guy, surely.
shut up, man. So anyway, I've had my dinner made, I've had my bath made, and then literally I've just been left to my own devices. Do you know, like being able to woosah after college? I don't get that. I come home and then it's back to motherhood. It's back to sorting out my son, doing his homework, making sure he's eaten, making sure he's fresh for bed, making sure he's ready for school. I don't get that wind down time. And then literally this morning, I've woken up at 9:15. I'm looking at my phone. I'm thinking, shit, I'm late for school. I then go downstairs. No one's in the house. And I'm thinking panic mode because I'm not used to this. I'm thinking panic mode. Where's my mate? Where's my son? Where's my car? I'm like, what has gone on here? Next thing, phone rings. It's my boy, and he's like, "Mummy, I'm on the way to school. Is it all right if I take my phone?" Blah blah blah. I'm like, whatever. Come off the phone, and I'm actually sat there thinking, is this what it actually feels like when you get a little bit of help? Because as a single mother, it is so hard.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie about that.
Yeah.
You know, where a single person, they can wake up in the morning and think about themselves and what they've got. You can't do that. And I'm going to admit, you do forget about yourself when you're a single mother. You forget about your needs and what you need to do. And it is a bit contradicting going back to the guy you were on here where you have to make sure you are okay. You can't do that when you're a single mother.
Yeah.
Because you've got a child relying on you.
There's no time. There's no time for nothing. It's just acts. You've got to make breakfast. You've got to do this. You've got a whole load of chores to do and things to do. You have to do them. You know, there's no if. There's no one's coming to save you. But yeah, it's that's what I mean. It's tough, and I think you're in a slightly better situation than, you know, the single mum that's on the council estate that's got no sort of, not putting anyone down or anything like that. But you know, you're in a slightly better situation, I would say. Like
how? Now we're gonna get into it. How?
Because I don't want to talk. I don't want. Obviously, what we spoke.
You know me, but say be open and honest, and I'm not gonna take it as an offence.
No,
you know?
no, it's not. You're not going to be affected. What if you listen to what I said? Your situation is slightly different to someone that's living in a council flat, sort of thing.
Of course it is. But let's not forget, I was homeless, living in a council.
No, I do know what you're saying, but I'm saying where you are now.
I was in a flat where my baby's dad's prison cell were bigger than the flat. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to get run over and sustain a severe brain injury to be able to be comfortable like this.
Yeah. That's what I meant. That's what I meant by it anyway. I didn't mean I weren't going to touch on it. Obviously, I didn't want to talk your business. I just wanted to say that obviously there's some people at the minute that are counting every single penny. They don't have enough money for their electricity, don't have money for their gas, and then...
But then they're going out every weekend. And I am sorry, and I'm not offending nobody, but I've seen it from my own two eyes. Some of my family's like that. You're going out every weekend. You're going buying liquor or cigarettes or this or that. But then you're struggling with electricity and gas. Well, hold up, sort your priorities out, mate. And I'm sorry, that might offend people, but I'm straight to the point.
Fair enough.
If you can afford to smoke cigarettes,
no.
which is a luxury,
Yeah.
you can afford to put gas and electric on.
Yeah, the price of cigarettes and stuff now is insane. And do you know what's really telling? Do you know what's really telling, actually? And this is not to put anyone down. People have their situations. But during COVID, when the government released them vouchers to support families that needed help, I knew personally people in the shops that were saying parents were coming in with them vouchers that are for food to try buy alcohol and cigarettes.
There you go.
Yeah. But
I know a lot of people struggle, and I know a lot of people turn to alcohol and drugs to, you know, fog out what is actually going on. You know, I smoked weed from 14 till 21 to fog out all the crap that were going on in my life. It doesn't help because you have to wake up the next day and still deal with what's going on in life. But then you've got an added pressure onto it because you have to deal with the withdrawals from the alcohol or the weed or the drugs. You know, and I do feel sorry for the single mothers out there, but fucking hell, and I'm sorry to speak about myself, but I got told to abort my child because I weren't mentally fit enough to have my child. I struggle daily, and I do put on a front now and then to get through it. Shit happens. Crack on with it. Us women decided to lay down with a man without using protection, so we know the consequences of what's going to happen. And I'm sorry, but you've got two choices. You go through with the pregnancy or you abort the pregnancy. You know what's going to go on. You know, we all know there's a chance that a relationship isn't going to work out. But shit happens.
I'm going to touch on something really quick at the minute. So people are going to look at you and think, very pretty lady, very beautiful woman. She's got all her shit. You got all your shit together. Why haven't you got a man in the nicest way possible? How is a woman like you laying in your bed every night on your own, sort of thing? Like a lot of people will be bemused by that. What's going on?
Because, and I'm going to go back to the guy who was speaking, because I am vulnerable in certain situations and trauma bonding, that's what I'm going to call it, because I've been in mental and physical abusive relationships, in every relationship that I've had. And I'm going to openly admit it, I've turned to men to make myself happy. And it don't work like that. You, like I stated, you are the only one who can make yourself happy. And right now, that's the path I'm on, self-healing. You know, I don't need a man for nothing. You know, I would like a man, there's a difference. But no man has come in front of me to this day that's not going to give me headache or drama. So I'd rather be on my own until that man comes.
Well, I think when you said a lot of key words there. I don't want a man. I need a man. This is a very hot topic.
I need a man. I would like a man.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I don't need a man. I would like a man. It kind of like at the minute, there's a lot of podcasts and a lot of people, and they're basically saying that women that kind of had their shit together, financially okay, don't require a man for the basic financial needs. You know, those sort of women are being put to the side almost because men see it as very masculine.
Men want a needy woman. Men want a woman to say, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir. And I'm sorry, I'm a strong-headed woman. I'm an independent woman. No man is going to tell me left or right, simple. If he's going to try and tell me left or right, he's getting told goodbye there at the door. Because it's about working as a team. It's about building together as a team. It's not, you've got this and I've got this and I'm better than you because I've got this or that. I know, and I'm not being big-headed here, Brooksy, right? I know I am not going to come across that many men these days who's in my financial situation, who's fixed up like I'm fixed up. I know that fact 100%, unless I go with a 60-year-old man who's retired and got everything. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, so I know that. So when I'm looking at a man, I'm looking at his personality, what he can offer me as an individual. Can he understand my personality? Can he understand me as an individual? Because I'm far from perfect. I have my issues, especially with my illness.
Okay. So seeing that, obviously you said it's going to be very hard for a guy to come in at your level. Would you be honest now, would you be able to respect a regular guy that works a simple job, 40 grand, like 30 to 40 grand a year? He's going to cut 40 to 30 grand a year, regular, normal guy. Would you be able to respect that person?
Yeah.
That's good then. That is good.
Like I've just stated, and let me state this fact. Who came yesterday is just a friend. Just a friend, yeah? But what they did for me meant a lot. I mean, it meant a lot because I don't get that. So for them to take that little stress off me meant the world to me. And that's all I want out of a man. You know, understand that I am doing I ain't just doing the electrical course, yeah? I've got other things going on as well. And then I've got to be a mum. And then I've got this and that. That little stress there of coming home, making sure there's dinner, making sure this is in place, he's done his homework, that meant a lot to me. But what I've acknowledged these days is not that many men can come to you and do that.
Yeah, I think there don't. You'll be very surprised. Yeah, there are men that are willing to be sort of like the housewife sort of thing, go to work but still do like the housewife sort of stuff. But the problem is women generally, they'll say this, they'll say that. Yeah, I'll take a normal guy, but the moment some shit happens, they will be more than happy to put it in the guy's face that I'm better than you in a certain way. That's just no, but they're not you. Maybe not you, and that makes you a minority. But majority of women, they're not looking for a guy. You know, they're looking for a guy to come in at least on their level. They're not even looking anywhere below that level.
They're looking at a guy to provide for him and everything like that. And I'm sorry, go back to your mummy and daddy if you want that, because you're a woman and that's a man. You make your own. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I've dated men who are like, no offense, they're in rented property, yeah? And they've sat me down and said, Becca, you're in this situation. Why do you want me? And I'm like, it's not what you've got. Because if we came together at the end of it, and one thing I will admit is, I will never let a man live with me. From my past experience, I need to know, right, you get your place sorted, whether that's putting down a mortgage, whether that's doing this or that, but make sure you yourself have got something to fall back on. That's what I always make sure of. You know, I've dated men who haven't had much, but I don't look at what they've got. I look at him as an individual character.
But that might be a bit of a tough one, though, you know, because a guy, like, you know, if he sees you and he's like, you know, oh, I'm really feeling you, I'm really in love with you, like, I want to come and move in with you. Like, what would a guy have to do to prove himself to you?
I wouldn't allow it.
Well, not at all, never. You're never going to let any guy move in with you.
No, he needs to get his own place because, and I'm not thinking about myself there, I'm thinking about him. Because what if it did not work out? Where is he going to go then? He's got nowhere to go.
That's a tough one. That is gonna. I'm not gonna lie. That's a tough one for a guy to sort of like. Obviously, that's a real tough one because it's like just think about the other way around. Most guys with their own this is different between what you're saying and to what I would say 90% of most men would say. A man that has his own property, has his shit together, has his finance together, he will take a woman working at Starbucks and bring that woman into his house. As long as that woman is willing to be loyal, not disrespect him, show tendencies that she's trustworthy and she's willing to be a mum, a guy will just bring a woman in and look after him. But it seems it's proving the other side's point at the minute that women aren't able to sort of do the same thing. It's like a guy makes loads of money. He says, you know what? I can hold down. I can look after this. I can look after this woman. She don't have to do shit. All she has to do is be loyal and be a good mum. I'm gonna look after her. But when women make that money and have that situation, they're looking for a whole load of.
No, because at the end of the day, that guy's gonna be in his own place if you meet him anyway. Because we're not 20,
Yeah,
we're 30. You know, you get what I'm saying? He's
Yeah,
gonna be living on his own.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got a mortgage, keep that mortgage. Jump one of your friends into your place, rent it out. You're getting money. Then you've got something to fall back on.
So you, yeah, so you would let him move in then if he said I'm going to rent my property out? Would you let him move in then?
Yes, I would.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Because
Okay,
he'll
fair
have
enough.
something to fall back on.
Okay, fair enough. But do you know? That's kind of.
I wouldn't want a man left on the street because it is a touchy subject, but it happened with my child's father.
Yeah.
You know, he came out, he moved in with me, we ended up splitting up, and he were on the streets. And then it's a toxic cycle then, because he's then gonna go move in with a woman, end up doing it again, and it's a vicious circle. I wouldn't want to do that to anybody.
Yeah.
Because I feel hard, and I wouldn't want somebody on the streets. So I would rather them have their own place and be set up, just in case it didn't work out.
I hear that. Do you know? But it's almost like one of those things, like where you can be in a relationship with someone and they say something like, "Well, you know, it might not work out between us. We might have to break up one day." When someone says that, that can be a stab, and it feels like and it has happened. People have said that to me before. It feels like a stab in the heart. 'Cause it's like you love someone, and they're just saying right now, like, if it doesn't work out, you can just go your way, I'll go my way, and you're committed already, sort of thing. So you saying that, it's like, you know, when we were giving advice to my man a second ago, we were saying don't let your past traumas affect previous situations. When you say what you just said there, if it doesn't work out, you can go back to your house, and I see why you're laughing.
Yeah, but I've got my son to think about.
I hear that. But
you get what I'm saying? And say if me and a man moved in together, whatever, and 10 years down the line,
doesn't work out, you can go back to
you split up, he's gonna want half of what you've got.
Yeah, and you got to be careful of that as well, unfortunately.
And I'm sorry, but these houses I'm sat on ain't mine. They're my child's. So you're not having half of what I've got. And that's the whole point I'm trying to get at. I don't look at now. I look at the future, and I'm looking after my boy, who's my number one. No man comes in front of that.
God,
so make sure your ass is set up before you step into my life, because allow it.
you ain't affected. Your situation ain't changing, yeah? You ain't affected. Anyway, hi Becca, it's been a fiery morning. You've asked some nice questions. It's been amazing having you on the morning show. We're definitely gonna have to have you back on again to get us a little spike, get us to raise our backs a little bit, because Rebecca can come with anything. You can find Rebecca on TikTok, people. @ x.rebecca.times32 x32. Sorry. You can find her on there. Everyone, have a